god. This is goated, no?
LEC Road Trip 2025, robot.
I hear everyone so like nice, especially when like people scream.
Bro, actually,
yeah,
I mean, I can speak, I'm legit robot, I'm triggered as fuck from the robot sound.
You can maybe cover me right now. I will try
Facing
to...
DJ.
Yeah, I will reset.
Okay, didn't?
Yeah, good scouting.
Bye.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm okay.
Running bot.
we need to run.
No
I
flash?
think you might be dead, bro. I can block this. I will try to chunk them.
It's okay, Leona flashed.
It's fine. I will freeze it, okay?
Holy mate.
Fact,
What about fast dive?
I think we can.
Wanna
We
try?
can.
no ults both, no ults
Rumble
both.
STP.
I like it.
I think fast dive not bad, buddy.
I'm going.
Varus no Q. Good Varus.
Varus.
Rumble, it's Rumble.
He's dead.
Rumble no ulti.
Be fine.
Has flash.
I will, don't worry. I just chunked him. I will look to
I
base.
think leaving, by the way.
I have ult in 13.
I'm
I'll
getting
take
chunked,
this.
okay?
Oh, he up the Q.
Okay,
let's go.
no flash.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
I will stun him, I will one-shot him.
Yeah, I kill.
Okay, good
Okay,
job.
go that.
I'm looking DJ, okay?
Yeah, you can look to
I,
flash.
I think just wait my second item
Varus no
now.
flash, guys. Varus
Okay,
no flash.
good job.
No.
Nice,
Look,
nice.
he's
Yeah,
trolling,
he's
like
dead,
what
he's
is he
Nice,
doing?
nice, good job, baby.
Good job,
Get
guys.
Drake, let's go to Drake, go to Vegas. I'm gonna farm a bot top side and I think let's look on this Drake fight, lads. You have two
Okay.
items each, should be fine. They can be fast and top side, by the way.
I'm coming.
And as I said,
Okay.
I'm creeping.
Good night,
It's okay,
baby.
baby.
All good, bro. All good. It's for the KC.
Varus.
It's
I'm
for the
looking.
KC.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking.
I think if we
Sonya.
We can go
Can you
further with
see him?
Yone.
I will need ward here,
I'm
Nisqy.
looking.
I put a word on you. I put
Yeah,
a word for you.
TP,
Leona, go.
Look at my TP, look at my TP.
I'm hitting Leona.
Yeah. Hit.
Leona, no.
I just will fight, look.
Yeah, look. First.
Leona.
Yeah, kill Leona. Leona's dead. I look right. Vi is dead as well. Nice, go Ted. Drake, guys, Drake.
I can base
They
TP.
can, yeah, base TP is good.
They
Base TP is
will
good.
maybe try. We're kinda squished.
Let's
Oh my
Yes,
god.
Nicole.
I had to flash. We need to fight the...
Look,
Oh, I'm
Silas.
dead.
How's you look cooked, not gonna lie.
This is cooked as...
Bye.
Holy.
That's a stage buff, not gonna lie, lads.
I'm gonna look on Varus. Look, I will cancel his... I'm looking on Varus as well.
No one is showing top so far.
Looks
They're
tough.
tipping.
Unless- Oh my
It's
God,
silent,
so
it's
No
silent.
flash though, no flash.
So close, bro.
Had to try some things, bro.
I mean, yeah, now he has no flash, but careful, DJ. Oh.
Look.
How's Sonya?
Oh!
Kill him.
It's a montage.
I'm TPing, buddy. I'm not letting you down.
It's a full montage. Holy.
Oh my god!
Holy.
Okay. That was
Holy.
That was unexpected, huh?
Good game, guys.
good game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing the game.
Nice try, boys.
Can you hear me well like this?
Yeah, it's fine.
Because in game I don't know if people hear me or not.
I mean,
I hear you, yeah.
I mean, during the fights it's kind of weird, but yeah.
I mean,
Because I was screaming, I have no ult, you're going in, I can't ult, I don't know what to do.
He saw the angle, you know? He saw the angle.
but I went in and then you said no?
No, I said it like 5 seconds before.
I mean, you're a robot,
10.
no? Or not, DJ?
I'll base after
What about
this.
swap? Because Gnar is TP, guys.
And MF is one, I wanna
Okay.
I'll play top.
I don't see Rice on mid still, guys.
run
I'm
his
okay.
Yeah, he might.
He's here. Run bro, run. I will fight.
Guys, no
Rise
flash.
flash. I will cancel bases,
Flash, okay.
I come, MF no flash, I'm coming.
Yeah. I'm down to fight, by the way.
I'll board this.
I got it.
We got it. MF no flash.
Look MF.
I'm looking.
Okay, looks up. Real flash.
Flash. They all went in. Look at Nafiri, guys, slowly. Nafiri
Look
nothing.
Nafiri. Look Nafiri. I can maybe run. I will.
Combo.
Looks good. Nice, go tap.
Vision?
Oh shit, I base top, I base mid, okay?
Okay,
No flash.
I push.
Go tap, good job.
I push.
Insane. Well played.
Go dead, guys.
Hey, Rel has no flash still for a bit.
Look.
I
Look, guys,
I'm
Swift.
looking.
Help him.
I can really
I
get
combo
that.
them.
Okay, looks good.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
nice,
that.
nice.
Holy!
Rise is not in the back,
Kill
Rise is
everyone,
not, he
just
will
kill
die,
everyone.
He has
I'm pretty dead, I'm looking.
Nice.
Drake.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, well played.
Nako!
Nako.
He's tipping out.
Yeah, they will
Keep it
go
up.
into Nash.
Go to Nash then, go to Nash.
I think.
Careful fight.
I will
not there.
I will them.
catch.
I will them.
Look real.
Play slow, play slow.
Fuck.
We're free, guys.
We are getting smoked. I'm up in 20.
I mean, they might try.
Nah,
But
they
they're
can't,
kinda
they
low.
can't, they can't. I don't think they can end.
The MF is
I
very
think
low.
I
MF
think
is
it's good, I
very
think
low.
it's good, it's good, it's good.
I will
Go,
ult him.
Carzzy, go!
Look cannon, look cannon, look
Pop
cannon.
it, pop it, Carzzy.
There is no two. Run,
Nisqy
Nisqy.
might be...
Yes, sure, Elias is okay. The rise flash.
Rumble, right
flash.
flash,
Give it-
right
give
flash.
Nisqy, right
Take
flash,
mid,
right
maybe? Goated.
Cannon is playing from the bush. He can look flash ulti.
Rel is looking here, Rel is looking here.
I'm trying to bait, guys.
I
Look around,
can
they are
barrel, I
fighting
can
around.
barrel.
Okay.
Nice, no ult, no ult, no ult.
MF no ulti.
I can wall them, I can wall them right
I will
now.
ult here, I will ult here. Look,
I'm
look
ulting for
shot.
vision.
Okay, Rise
Cannon
ulting on
behind, cannon
me.
behind.
Rise is ulting on us. Look real, look real.
Rise behind, rise behind, rise behind.
Look,
Cannon,
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 cannon.
Fury. Play together, play together.
Cannon dead.
Rise, guys, rise,
It's
rise.
fine.
Rise,
Vian,
go,
Vian,
rise.
Vian, Vian, Vian. I'm coming, I'm coming.
I have him, I have him, I have him.
Yeah,
No flash.
He has J, has J, has J.
It's fine. He's J.
I
I
will
am mega, I
W,
am mega, I
look
look
it up.
mega. Look, look,
Yeah,
look,
look it
look,
up.
look.
Look at MF, guys.
Wait, Rel is popping us.
Look, look,
MF,
look, look,
MF,
look.
MF, MF, MF.
Nice, good job, guys, good job.
Let's f***ing go.
One more!
Well played, lots.
Go to
It's game.
Vitality striking back, showing what we want to see from them.
I know.
We said we see Vitality at their lowest. This is Vitality at their highest, contesting with KC and showing that they actually seem to be excited about.
Nisqy, I want to give him more baguette back. He earned his aura again.
Definitely.
He proved his worth. He came back in the game. I'm just gonna wonder what's gonna happen in this third game now.
I have no mana, Nisqy, okay?
Based.
Yeah.
I'm gonna TP here, okay?
Space or crash?
We should push, we should. Okay, they are maybe here. Okay.
I
Focus
don't know.
in.
I mean, I heal still.
I have.
I still have heal, okay? I still have
Yeah.
heal.
Oh, what the f? Braum no flash? Wait,
IV.
I'm coming. Braum is dead? What the f?
Goated.
Braum no flash, Braum no flash. They are
Actually,
stronger
got
than us right now on bot. We will be stronger with 6. He's
I
got no
think
W.
3v3 we
let's
can win though, actually.
No flash on Braum, by the way. Look, go.
Yeah?
Guys,
Go, go,
Victor
go.
is basing,
It's fine,
I believe.
Keep going, keep going. He will die.
Maybe he also-
Good job, good job. No, no. Okay, kite back, kite back, kite back.
I'm fine, by the way. We can play.
Oh, maybe Nisqy is crook.
I have Q in 2.
Look, I'm fine.
No, 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 no.
okay.
It's fine, it's
It's
fine.
fine.
It's okay. They are coming there.
That's
Okay, Phantom flash. Outplay now.
I'm sorry, lads. I'm dead.
You are benched. You are benched.
How do you mean? I think he will jump on me. He has flash though.
And I don't win 1v1 against Victor. I think.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm coming. I'm coming, I'm
I should
coming.
be fine, I should be fine.
I think we win this, okay? I'm so fucking
I'm
strong.
not- okay.
I'm hovering top.
I've been 5. In 3.
I'm kinda hovering top, I'm kinda hovering top.
I'm
I'm hovering, I'm coming.
W in 2, W in 2.
Oh, oh, the dodge, the kite, the space, dodge. Ah, so close, baby.
Slowly,
He
slowly.
has no mana. He has no mana for
Wait,
anything.
Czajek is 1v2.
Zero
What the
mana,
fuck?
zero mana. Zero. See you in the
Fuck your Nisqy. Come on, come on. Jack's flash, Jack's flash.
Okay, okay.
What is
Good
happening,
job,
bro?
I will need to catch one bot,
I will
and then I
flash
can
on
play,
top,
okay?
Go play
Okay,
Zagro.
okay, we need to
One bot,
He
one
doesn't
bot.
see me. He doesn't see me.
Okay, I'm TPing, I'm
Fine,
TPing. Just play, just play.
I don't have cleanse, bro. I'm mentally ill. Oh my god.
Live.
Look,
I
look,
think
look.
it's playable
Flash.
base, so
No
they don't have
flash, no
Bromi.
flash,
No
no
Bromi, no Bromi. Look first target. Okay, maybe.
Okay, go back.
It's okay, DJ.
I can still play slowly.
I wanted to bait, sorry.
I might look cork here.
I'm here, okay?
No flash,
I W in.
They are tipping.
I need
No
to kite
flash,
back.
Kog'Maw,
I need to kite back.
Kog'Maw.
I need to kite back, I need to
Slowly.
kite back. Look,
Let's
Fanta.
look good, guys.
Okay, Victor on
Doesn't
flank.
look good, doesn't
I
look
need
good.
to. I might be cooked there.
He's one.
I have to flash. Victor flashed. Oh, I'm dead. I look, poke, look.
He flashed on me. I ult him.
Jax.
Play with me. I need peel.
You're fine, you're fine.
Okay, I need to base, okay?
Victor,
No flash,
yeah, base,
Jax.
base. They are
I'm
going
dead, I
with
think.
Kog'Maw is low. Victor no ult now, so.
Doesn't look bright, lads. Doesn't look bright.
It's fine, bro. Like, good shot.
Nice try,
Hi,
guys.
bud.
Anti.
Anti last.